we go. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pyre. Today we're gonna continue the campaign that we were playing last time we played this, which was the last stream. And hopefully we'll be able to beat this game today. Cause yeah. So last time we managed to get Rookie free, I guess? What is this? Canvas wings. The Black Wagon is flight capable, though by which means you do not fully grasp as yet. Grease Stone exhibits a fragrant disregard for natural law, thus providing light entertainment. Ah, I see. Oh. We can do scribe trials. So let's do this.
It's for Tizo!
You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Tizo. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out for all his ilk. From all his ilk, although that really is not saying much. Well, let us bring him forth. I'm gonna have to remember all the voices I was using. Tizo soon appears in heat of the summons. Tizo seems to be prepared for whatever lies ahead. Alright, let's do it. Oh gosh, controls. Apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp, you answer to me here. Tizo indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. You know the formalities, of course. Show me, then. What have you learned thus far about the rites? Here in this trial, it shall be just you, my Beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us see how you fare. I'm gonna go dash. Whoop! That's... I need to W to get up in the air? Oh! Like, yeah, W's my jump, not spacebar. Oh, rude. Oh. Whee! Oh no! I just dashed right into that. 2, 1, no! Damn it. Whoop! What are we gonna do? No! That's very rude. Oh, that was also very rude. Nah, they're gonna score. Dickens. Alright, I just gotta grab the ball and then dash over here. Oh, I dashed right into that. Now they're gonna score again! Am I gonna lose this? This will be the first time I lose a Pyre match. What are you gonna do? 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 What? Oh, how'd he beat me to that? He must have landed a perfect one. No way. I lost. For the first time! How rude. Tizo is frustrated. Yes, we can do better. I just need to play smarter. Instead of just assuming I can just walk over these people. Was there 3 last time? Oops, I dashed right into them. What? How did you hit me with that? Okay, that was rude. Got it. Can't be so rushy. I just gotta sit back, play it safe. Yeah. Wait till they make a move and counter it. Whee! There we go. Oh, 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 what, oh, what, oh, 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 oh. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Good job, Tizo. A worthwhile effort, Imp. Your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. Your predecessors may well have approved. Thus, congratulations are in order. To you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Alright, what'd I get? What'd I get? What legendary talisman did I get for Tizo? Ugh. And wonders what is that Santa has granted you. Take a closer look at the new artifact in your possession. Hove's Wings. Tizo's Flutter and Zip abilities cost less stamina than usual. That I might actually use. Hove's Wing. Does this open? Had it open the second? Whoa! Jeez, I got all of them. A lot of them. Not these two. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, missing 5 and 6. So we're on Living in Exile. Jomir Menimane, the Alpha Chief. Since I too roamed free, I remember well those days in which I was called Chief. I traveled all the world over on my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger. Here, at last, I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you a little bit, and to prolong your stay. But only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the Downside for a reason, but in time, here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. Can I go to the next page? Oh, there is no next page. So back. Nope, that's it. And this is the words of Molten Melithe, the Wild Witch. Oh, this has a next page. Years upon long years we spent distilling life essence from many things, which all once writhed under the auspices of the mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so we think they. We earned the title Witch, and were forced to flee into the Downside. Here we encountered Solium Mur, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate these lands and catalog our findings. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. He wished to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us both, then. Black Basin. The continent we called Black Basin shall one day tear itself apart. Arriving upon black and molten crags, tolerable only by the harp Triesta, we pressed onward toward a suffocating wood. This land felt to us somehow primordial. Deep in its roots and noxious crevices lay innumerable clues as to its ancient history. But we had little time to excavate, for our supplies by then were thin. Further, we were lost. Our best attempts at circumnavigation all had failed. It was Lu Sklorian who reached out at last unto the stars, and they revealed the way. Then we, at last, could see the sacred Mount Elodiel there in the distance. More pages. Gaining the summit of the sacred Mount Elodiel involved no small amount of sacrifice and sorcery in varying proportion. The mountain's energies were palpable, the sensation that we felt indescribable. The lands we stood upon were closer to the stars than to the world we knew. It was upon this highest point in all the Downside that we first made efforts to concoct this tome, which you now read. It was there that we were stricken with a vision of the cycle of the rites, and felt together for the first a sense of freedom unlike any we'd experienced before. But that is a subject which our comrades shall illuminate in greater detail. celestial landmarks, in the words of Lush Glorian, 100 Minds, the scholar. Do you feel a kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them, perhaps, one day even your freedom. I chase the stars across the river of my genealogy until they lead me here. I demanded they explain to me the paradox of knowledge. For how is it that something can be shared but still contained within ourselves in its entirety? The stars did not respond, but set me on a quest. I sought the 9 landmarks which they revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks, emissaries of the stars, are 9 lenses through which we see the land, and see ourselves in a new light. Much can be said about the Sisters of the Ark, whom we banished to the great beyond for deeds irredeemable. Suffice it that the details of their banishment are written in this book. The sisters and the book became inseparable, not unlike the stars, their light, and the infinite darkness that engulfs them. The stars communicate to us, and you, in turn. The words within this book are but an edifice, a simple surface. Look past the text to the hidden meaning, to the hidden power. The stars above, as they are not mere lights, these are not mere words. If you chance upon the Sisters of the Ark within their prison here, give them our thanks. 9 triumvirates, in the words of Haub the Swallow, the Accursed. At first I found it much too difficult to read, much less to write, even to grasp the quill. But the horned one, Mur, implored me. He said this is the greatest gift that he could give me in return. In return for what, I asked. In return for his life, he said. But I did not save your life, I said. You did, he said. We fight about this still. Mur is stubborn more than I. Now herein, and by his leave, I chronicle the 9 triumvirates, for I am of this land, unlike the rest who wish to leave. We knew not everyone could leave who wanted, seldom who would the opportunity arise. Thus did we organize those striving for the chance into 9 sets of 3. Oh, no more pages for that one. On Commonwealth, in the words of Trieste Tithys, the Blessed Born. We the 8 assembled here together in the downside, and we gave our freedom so that you may yet have yours. It is an exchange we have not lightly made. It is my charge to ensure that you, should regain your freedom, first off recognize its qualities, and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. My own wings, I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here, where I am bound. It is your charge to be free, and not to make the same mistakes. Spring from here, and learn from what we did, and build a new great society, a free society, with wings spread wide for everyone. Interesting. So those are the 9... whatchamacallits? Waking wood wisps. The wisps inside provide a scarce bit of light when it is needed. All for a low monthly fee. Okay, what did I have on Tizo? I had +2 quickness. Yeah, nope. Let's put these on him. Perfect. Who doesn't have anything? Ariocaster are farther and faster than usual, granting bear +2 hope. Sure, we can give Sir Gilman the Tailwind Crest. Okay, where's this magma mud? Okay, I think that's everything in here. Wait, Rukai was the dude that came to the Nautical Bell. No? Okay, no more. Oh, right! Sir Gilman wanted to talk. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies.
Master Reader, this knight is very, very slightly out of sorts is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that this seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case.
Pamitha overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight.
This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it, he has yet to understand.
Well, let's see. What's it like to swim in the waters of the Sea Dominion?
Ah, those glorious murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare, to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits, and the like. Though this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface.
Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though I haven't had to swim, and you now have to fly. That's very brave of you, and you handled it better than some harp fledglings I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Hey, Sir Gilman gained +1 hope. Nice. There for them. An achievement. Boing, 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 boing. Is it leading me somewhere, or is it literally... Wait, where'd it go? It's gone. Alright, let's survey Blackshore. You volunteer to survey the stifling vapors and around the Black Ring together with Tizo and Sir Gilman. Tizo is eager to come along with you and Sir Gilman. The search turns up nothing much of note, though wandering with Tizo and Sir Gilman provides reprieve from a long day on the road. Together you return to the wagon in somewhat better spirits. You should have time remaining with which you may pursue your vacations. We gon' do that. Small global bonuses or mentor a companion. We gon' do that. Oh man, who are we gonna send next? Because I feel like that's coming up. Should we do Faye? I feel like getting her out of here would be great. Wasn't that what she wanted? Or do we do Jodariel? Just to see how, if we can get her up to maxed. Let's see what that's like. Oh! I just realized what this means. It means after I salute, for 7 seconds, if I get her into the pyre, then she'll deal an extra 10 damage. It's not if she just salutes, it does 10 damage. I get it now. Well, whoopsie. Hedwyn and his allies cause banished adversaries to remain banished for 2 seconds longer than usual. Let's do that one. Where to begin? You ask Hedwyn to explain to you in his own words the histories of the 8 scribes, and speak to how their varied backgrounds formed the basis not just for the rights, but of the Commonwealth. Oh, so close! I can tell you I know much more now about the scribes than before all this started. Continue your journey. All right.
It's the slug market. Whoa, hey guys, let me tell you something real quick. Now, I happen to have heard that Mr. Greentail, he's moved on, or something like that. Well, I just want you to know, he was one of my most favorite customers, and because of that, I'm giving you the same great deals, okay?
Hey, sweet. I know I'm taking those.
Great taste.
Does he still have that legendary talisman that I sold him? Nope. Bear deals the bonus +2 damage. Well, that's all I really care about. Where's Tizo? Should I upgrade this? Absolutely, because I'm going to use that a lot. That's what I use a lot. Yes. Nice.
Appreciate you doing business, and you guys be sure to tell your friends, okay?
Sure thing, Falconron. Anybody in here want to attack? Ooh, what? Ah. Is this a new thing? We found each other We found each of the others in due time by fate, not by coincidence. The wise Lusglorian stood among the trees, gazing at the stars, expecting us. The wild witch Melith was so enthralled by my liege's utter transformation, she stayed her sorceries. Blessed-born Triesta swooped down upon us, but to warn of imminent attack. The many-maned Jomier thus intervened and shared with us his humor and his hunt. Even the Underking Ors himself sought out an audience with us. Thus we became the 8 and journeyed on together. The Nest of Triesta. The ashen effigy of the nightmare titan Zilvis Horseheaded looms as dark as ever on the precipices of Black Basin, where her chaotic influences sundered the land itself until it wept with fire. The very instant that our graceful friend Triesta Tithys finally laid to rest the greater titan with the power of the holy scepter of the Empire, the stars shone down upon us with all with blinding light. Triesta thought that she could bear her children in the warmth there, but alas, now the stars revisit that locale with regularity. The fissures in the rock do pose more danger than one ought invite, but a summons to the nest is to be honored. Much can be said about the Sisters of the Ark, whom we banished to the great beyond for deeds— oh, we already read that. Okay. Alright, let's commence the rites. Here among the sweltering confines of the Nest of Triesta, you await the signal of the stars. There is no sign yet of your expected adversaries, their accusers. Then the little imp Tizo flutters up to you. Tizo cautions you that he has some history with your next adversary, Lendl. Tizo seems to be indicating that Lendl has a personal vendetta against him. But before we can explain anything further, the stars begin to call to you. So don't bring Tizo into this? Oh, excuse me.
Reader, ever persevering, aren't we? Well then, rejoice, because the cycle of the rites begins anew. Perhaps you'll liberate another soon enough. Your chosen adversaries here shall be—
Hey, Cryptic Venom. It's going pretty good. Trying to finish this game today. I feel like either I'm halfway through it or almost done it.
Who exactly shall oppose them?
Your companions are assembled and ready for the rites to commence. However, there is still no sign of your adversaries, the accusers. Little imp Tizo screeches something cautioning you all to stay alert. But then someone leaps forth from the shadows. He grabs at his mask. Aha! Caught out, you miserable beast. I knew it after all this time. I knew that you were still among their ranks. Tizo was angry to have stumbled into an apparent trap laid for him by Lendl. Silence, fiend. You robbed me of my freedom, my dignity. Your evil shall be ended here and now, and you, Nightwings, shall not deny me thus again. Come then, my accusers, for we face again none other than the spawn of the accursed imp, Haub the Swallow. Let us show him now that he is a disgrace. Duplicate comments. Strange. I'm not seeing duplicate comments. Tizo whistles something angry back at him. Whatever transpired between him and Lendl in the past, Lendl evidently has not let it go. Oh, they gain plus 35 on their thing. Come, accusers, let us make clear to those fools that we are stronger now than ever. Since Lendl speaks the truth, the accusers are more capable than before. Each time you face a triumvirate, they gain talismans and masteries. Do not underestimate them.
Who shall conduct the rite?
Interesting. Whoa, that's a really good thing. Vispa. Wispa's aura travels in a wider, longer line than usual. This begins letting her jump and sprint more often. And Darbin has the exact same thing. Jeez. Alright. Well, I feel like bringing in Headwind is fine.
Headwind. Shoot someone.
I feel like Pamitha's a good choice as well. So might as well start Pamitha. Whatever. Do we do Faye? Or do we do Tizo? Do we bring Tizo into this? Oh. Oh, so if I choose Pamitha, I can't choose Jodariel. Got it. Yeah, let's bring Tizo into this. Tizo.
Ow.
Tizo hoped never to have to see Lendl again, but is prepared to face him. Maybe this was a mistake? Serve as an affront. He denied my rightful freedom in my moment of triumph. I shall never forgive him, or any of you. I want you. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Woo!
Nightwings assert themselves thusly. Now plunge into the flames. Glory.
Did you hear about the new Predator movie? I did because of Peter.
Now burn with the same strength.
Woo.
Absolution.
Now they deal less damage. Hold still, you misbegotten little pucks! We're not finished with you yet. Tizo utters to Lendl a slew of the absolute worst in profanity. Your curses could not possibly affect me any further, you foul spawn, for you have taken everything from me already. But if I am to be trapped in this forsaken hole with you for the remainder of my days, then I shall see to it that yours shall be as doleful as my own. Dude, chillax.
Lendl certainly enjoys a rousing speech. Though talk means nothing in the rights.
Woo!
Flames of freedom.
Nailed it. Shoot. Shoot. Woo! We can do. What? Oh, I almost had it.
Better than that.
Thanks. Yeah. What? I nailed it.
Edwin doused the adversary's flames.
Thanks, so do I. It's been fun to make up character. Oh, Tizo! It's been fun to make up character. Miss me. To make up voices for the characters. I don't know what I was trying to do there. Got him. Whoa. What are you gonna do? Yeah.
Weakens. No more than a lick of flame remains.
We're gonna go this way. See ya. No! Damn it. Oh, crap.
So sorry for the wait there,
One.
reader.
No. I think so. What you can do? What you can do? Whoop! Got it!
It is done. The Nightwings prevail again. They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly.
Yep.
The ceremony is complete.
Tizo is very pleased that you prevailed, but wishes to make a quick exit at this time. Blast! Where did he go? Where did he go? That infernal imp! It is a monster in disguise, a fiend, come forth to torment me until the day I die. Lendl storms off in a fit of anger. Tizo reappears once the coast is clear and expresses his gratitude again. What Thundel said before, if Tizo truly is a descendant of Haub the Swallow, then he has quite the legacy to live up to.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes.
No matter what anyone says, I refuse to think that there's some sort of limit to one's understanding of all this. So I can choose this with only having picked those two. Nice! I'm taking that one. Perfect. Awesome. Yes!
The exiled Kamatha perhaps can learn the errors of her kind.
Well, Tamitha, soon I'll be catching up with you at this, whether or not you like it. Hear of the movie Searching. I have not heard of the movie Searching. 5 seconds after Pamitha moves 30% faster than usual. While flying, Pamitha moves faster than usual. Pamitha permanently gets 8+8 quickness, making her move much faster. After saluting her adversaries, Pamitha instantly switches places with her nearest ally. Pamitha can use her dash ability in rapid succession for less stamina. While casting her aura, Pamitha can trigger Pamitha's Banish while Winged Fury's effect is active. She returns twice as quickly. Permanently gains +4 quickness, presence, and hope, making her better all around. Ooh, that's a tough one. I could just grab that and then go for natural superiority. I think we'll do that. Grab this one for now, because I like being able to move faster while flying, and then we'll go for these three. Or, yeah, we'll grab those three.
Until the next right.
Until the next right.
Takes place through online social media, and it's a thriller. Is that like there's a game that Scary Game Squad play. I think it's called like Simulacra or something. That sounds, by the way you're describing it, it sounds like that. It was a horror game where basically you were like on somebody's social media, and it was messing up and stuff. You return to the wagon after you and your fellow exiles vanquish the accusers and find Volfred waiting there for you. Well done back there, my boy. You are serving your companions well. Now then, I've something that I wish to share with you, if you've a moment. We have discussed the plan of which you're all a part. I have a means to measure out our progress toward the goal of it. I'd like for you to have a look at it. First, let's determine where the rites may take us next. Look forth, I expect you shall again see several shining stars, where once you saw but one. You gaze into the darkness of night. Okay, I'm curious if, like, another star showed up, or there's now just 2 from the 3. Oh, nope, there is more. Wow, there's a lot of them. Several shining stars, a trick of the eye, or the will of the scribes, who can say? It's like the movie Unfriended, but better. Interesting. I too once gained this newfound vision many years ago, following my first liberation rite, and I believe only we of the Nightwings have this gift. I realize that in choosing whom the Nightwings confront in each rite, we in turn influence which triumvirate we face when the time comes for someone to be set free. The objective I invite you to use contains further details. Henceforth, you may use Volfred's planner to see your current progress. An object that shows the relative standings between the 9 triumvirates on the right. Ooh, cool! I can see a Whoa. Using Volfred's planner, you may assess your progress towards your ultimate goal, as well as check the current standings of your adversaries. Cool. Rights till next liberation. Liberation rights conducted. Additional exiles required. Volfred shall keep this information up to date for the remainder of your quest. You may look over it now or any time in the Black Wagon while searching the stars. Long last, the plan is well underway. The cycle of the rites turns quickly for the time. We shall soon have another stab upon the fall of Solium. Exiles liberated. How many of your fellow exiles have returned to the glory of the Commonwealth? Total rites conducted 9. Additional exiles required. Number of additional exiles required to join the Nightwings and fulfill a key aspect of the plan. Does that mean I'm missing an exile or something? Could it be a Defiler? Because that seems to be the only type of character that we haven't, like, that we've run into, but we haven't gained that as an ally. Because we've got one of the worms, we had Rukai, well, I guess there was the tree dudes. We don't have a tree dude. Because he said, like, we need one for each mask. Who's doing the best? I like how these guys were the ones that we fought in the Liberation Rite, and they're 2 and 4. Meanwhile, the Withdrawn are 5 and 4. We be 9 and 0. That's what I like. Also, can you do Morgan Freeman voice next? I don't think I can do Morgan Freeman. So, can I choose? No, I can't. Is this? No, that's not the Liberation Star. That's the Liberation Star. What is this? So here I fight these people. The what's it called? The Withdrawn. Here I fight the Pyre Hearts. And here I fight the Dissidents. Let's knock let's knock the Withdrawn down a peg. I'm Morgan Freeman. This is my best Morgan Freeman attempt. It's not very good, though. Gotta refill my drink. Wait, really? What is it called? I need to know this. I was not in any hurry to cross paths with Udmilda again. Turns out she's even worse than I thought, depending on how superstitious you are. He then reveals what he has learned of her and her designs. Witch Udmilda, one of the Bog Dwellers and head of the Withdrawn, a triumvirate more interested in the legends of Lack than the Astralborn than the rites. Her kind was known to be reclusive in the Commonwealth, yet she was brazen in her disdain for common values. She practiced the unspeakable. Like it's called Yes, or just Yes, there is one. Somehow, one day, her research into flammable reagents grew into an obsession with Lack, despite wildly held beliefs that he is dead or never did exist. But Udmilda held that Lack was merely dormant, and shall someday be reborn with newfound hunger, which could only be sated by devouring the world. Then at last could Lack return to his glorious home, and Udmilda would go with him. When Commonwealth officials showed up to take Udmilda in for spreading unrest, she was all too eager to comply. After all, a sentence to the downside meant being that much closer to Lack's resting place, where she believed she had much work to do, where the Withdrawn stood ready to assist. I don't know if we can stop whatever she's up to, but prevailing against her in the rites should slow her down at least. Anyway, good luck getting to sleep. See you in the morning. You bid Hedwyn a restful night in kind. It is too late to take flight, so you expect to press onward come daylight. Is this the... Yeah, that's the planner. Volfred's having a smoke. Tizo has seemed somewhat less cheerful since his run-in with Lendl and the accusers. He approaches you wanting for you to hear him out. Tizo seems unhappy about something Lendl said to him. Tizo understands full well why Lendl is angry with him. While Tizo does not like Lendl as a person, he recognized nonetheless that he denied his freedom. It was a liberation rite. He did what he felt necessary. He wanted to help his friend go free. Nonetheless, he still feels a certain guilt and regrets that the rites force exiles into such situations. He falls silent for a while. Whether the 8 scribes ever intended for imps such as he to participate in the rites firsthand is difficult to know for certain. Then, Tizo was grateful to you for listening. He knows the scribes created the rites with good intentions. He promises to keep doing his best to live up to the legacy of the scribes. He bounds up into the rafters with some of the other drive imps, regardless of whether he truly is a descendant of Haub the Swallow. Surely the scribes would have been proud of him. Okay. It's called the Dark Pictures. I have to look this up. I have to look this up. I have to look this up. Dark pictures. Feels the Dark Pictures anthology of horror games. The Dark Pictures anthology. Oh, are they on a boat? Yo. Yo. Okay. Hold on. We gotta do that. And I have to oh, excuse me. We gotta take a look at this. We need a new scene. Oh, nope, not that. Add a new scene. Here we go. Okay, hang on. No, damn it. Okay, here we go. I figured it. Okay, add a new source. Browser source. Nope. Hang on. Nope. Yeah, we don't want that. Let's go. Well, I'll just do this. That'll work, yeah. Okay. We gotta take a look at this.
Never been down there before.
Down.
Diving.
This is Alex.
What's up, man? Conrad.
Good to finally meet you, Conrad. This is Brad, by the way, my little bro.
So is everybody on board and ready to go?
Who wants to find some sunken treasure?
You good?
More or less.
What do you know about this wreck?
Just rumors.
It was insane. It was like traveling through time.
Should have never gone down to that plane in the first place.
Oh, damn.
Every single thing you bring back has an essence. I told you to leave everything down there alone. We have unexpected guests.
What are you doing?
Alex? Julia! Guys!
Interesting. The Accusers. The Accusers formed under Galathanian. He's a big man. He values justice, loyalty, steadfastness. Galathanian, he says that the Accusers take their name from one of the most accomplished legions from his former military days. All among them, in fact, served the Master General at one time. They represent the stoutest hearted people of the Empire, who held true to Mir and Lathanian, to the end. The golden colors of their raiments and the reminiscent of their old shining armor is his claim. Ever shall they seek out those who, with the truest spirits and the strongest sense of purpose, to replenish their ranks. Interesting. Same concept, you decide who lives or dies. I assumed. What is that? Chastity. Oh! I didn't know I could, like, see the other. The Hulk of Oars. It has drifted here upon the sea for longer than one might expect. Perhaps you've already read of the doomed ship's demise in the embrace of unfathomed blurriness. Some say it was the sea itself which preserved the ship's remains, hidden properties within the water, sea creatures binding together, ruined planks of wood. Reading is hard. Oh my gosh. Those such as yourselves and the withdrawn knew another truth, I gather. The stars would not align over the wreckage if it did not have a greater significance than first appears. May you have good fortune there during the calming rite. They believe the 8 scribes shall bless you here. Pamitha has a hunch you'll find something of value along this route. So come and assist the waters along this path contain riches for those who can find them. Let's go here. You touch down at the Sea of Solace, where you first encountered Sir Gilman and the Pyrehearts. You soon shall carry on by sea, though for now you have some time to spare. Explore the Ragged Rock. Wait, why did I go back to this place? Last time, I forget who it was. I think Rukai said you could find something here and then never did. Something about the steady currents of Ragged Rock gives Pamitha a strong intuition to explore the area. Together you set out to look. I'll tag along. I could use some air. Seems to be nothing in particular in the vicinity, but then Pamitha raises her voice. Just a moment, Rita, darling. I think I found something over here. So, yeah, I'm just putting words there. Gotta get ready for work now, man. Thanks. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for coming out, man. The object in question is lodged deep in the ground and bears the mark of the rites. You sense you may be able to secure its contents, but the mystic wards will not be easy to undo. What shall you do with the locked container? Nope. I want to open it. You focus all your mental faculties on the mystic wards sealing the box's contents. Soon you are left exhausted, but the box's lid unfastens. Inside it is a talisman, placed there perhaps by one of your predecessors in the rites from ages past. Fairy Spirit. After Bear banishes an adversary, spawn a moondrop which briefly gain. Oh, interesting. That's sellable. What was... We got the Sea of Solace, right? Beyond a shallow, sickly gulf, our voyage grew increasingly forbidding and much harder to explain. How could a sea exist here at the bottom of the world? We could not deduce whence sprang the carcasses of ancient sailing ships we found throughout the Sea of Solace, though the warnings that they signified we duly noted. It was here we first met Ors, called the Underking, who brazenly assaulted our small skiff, for we had trespassed in his waters. But then the Underking relented, for he witnessed Solium Mur in all his doom and glory. Soon he would side with us. Then, with the Underking, we sailed forth into a tempest beyond reasoning or measure. That crazy old tempest thing. You find Pamitha by herself again, though her expression has grown darker than her custom. Leave me be, would you, Rita, darling? Trying to get some good and proper moping done here, and you're distracting me. Leave me be, Rita, just leave me be. Just leave me be. You don't want to know what's lurking in my heart or mind. What you'll find there isn't pretty. Yet something about her thought process is different to you now. You know that with her conditioning, she can resist your scrutiny, but now her thoughts are laid bare to you. Oh boy. Pamitha knows how to volunteer her thoughts more readily if she has something to share. Would that we could simply understand each other without a need for words. Ah! She asked me to leave her be. I'm gonna leave her be. Pamitha's thoughts are her own business. The fleeting connection between you is severed. Thoughts are lonesome things, reader. It is difficult to know how best to hide them. Mine are plain enough for you to see by now. She exhales and looks askance. You know by now why I am in this mess with all of you. You could say that I lacked Tamitha's sense of commitment, her zeal. She lives only to see your nation overthrown, or something worse, if she could have her way. Centuries of conflict can be quite emboldening that way, especially when one's sister's leading cause of death is Commonwealth-forged steel. Wielded with the utmost of mercy, of course. Well, I had little patience for the senselessness of it. Myself became a bit of a pariah, I suppose. I knew Tamitha was going to get herself and the others killed someday, so when she was to fly out on this big mission of hers, I had other arrangements made. But after she was caught, your people did not exactly uphold their end of the bargain. I knew there were such risks, of course, and yet a chance is still a chance. Tamitha was clipped and cast down, a mercy they called it. I did not see it that way, and in my growing protests of her treatment, I was soon enough to follow. She falls silent for a while. I haven't yet decided if I entirely regret my actions, but I do seek Tamitha's forgiveness and wish that she could see my thoughts for what they are, as it seems you can. Then she might realize our nation's people have much more in common than she knows. Sometimes I wonder which of them is the stupider. She brushes past you and out of the wagon for now. So I feel like she just, told me about herself instead of me prying, and I feel like there'd be something negative if I had pried. Continue the journey. Oh, there we are. A messenger imp with news and rumors of the other side comes huffing toward your wagon, here in the steady currents of the Sea of Solus. That's a messenger imp? Interesting. You let it in and offer it some light refreshment, as Ruki would have done. The imp's message turns out to be him. You learn Ruki's past transgressions have all been forgiven since his return to the Commonwealth. He was even offered a well-appointed home and place of business. It must have represented just the kind of lavish lifestyle that Rukai always claimed to have had for himself and his extended family. Eventually, and somewhat reluctantly, however, he refused the gifts. Instead, he tracked down Volfred's agents and gave them ample information, thus emboldening their ranks. The last bit of the message sounds as though it was transcribed word for word for something Rukai said. It simply reads, "The rest of you better get back here soon, or else." You thank the messenger imp for the report. Soon it has all your companions talking. Hard to believe he would have turned down living in that kind of luxury, though maybe he got used to it out here.
Don't you think he must be sad to have turned down a house? I hope he isn't sad.
The days aren't quite so bright without him, though sounds like he's doing well out there.
Ah, the noble Rukai! He sets a shining example unto us all.
It seems that Greentail had himself a conscience after all. Tiso was happy to learn that Rukai joined the revolution in the Commonwealth. What's the goal here? Well, all these casts of characters have been cast out from a place called the Commonwealth into this place called the Downside. They've been sort of banished. And the only way to regain their freedom in the Commonwealth is to conduct what are called these ancient rites. It's basically like a game where you take a star shard or star sphere or whatever, and you have to take it to the opponent's flame and burn it, and do that multiple times, and then you burn it out, and then you win. And eventually, one star will light up where it's the liberation rites, and then you pick someone from your triumvirate, one of my cast of people, and if your team wins, the person that you chose is set free. And so we've collected a whole group of different people that have been banished, and there's this one guy, Volfred, who is sort of creating a rebellion in the Commonwealth by freeing people that have been banished. The news of Rukai's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. The messenger imp accepts some scraps to eat from you and rushes off. Your companions gain +1 hope. Nice. The Slug Market.
Hey, it's you guys again. Just come on in and have a look around at all this stuff I got, okay? I got some good new stuff here pretty recently. Maybe you've seen it before, maybe not, I don't know.
After dousing the adversary's pyre, the bearer earns a reward up to 3 times. Well, I'm grabbing that. Whoa, what? Oh, jeez. Well, I'm gonna sell this, because I don't really need that. And let's go to Tizo, and let's upgrade this. Yeah. Perfect. So these are my the banished that I've collected. So this is Hedwyn, Jodariel, Faye, Tizo, Sir Gilman, and Pamitha. We had another guy who was a cur, which is like a dog person, but we freed him in the Liberation Rite. What is Pamitha's bio? She was a Talon Ace of the Highwing Remnants who possessed the talent of her sisters, but not their single-minded zeal. She grew wary of the fighting and decided she would put an end to it. Thus, when a critical battle approached, the Commonwealth was waiting, and her own blood sister was among the harps captured and clipped. She was more guilt-stricken by this turn than she expected. When she attempted to contact her blood sister in exile, she was told that she could seek her firsthand and was exiled in turn. Rude!
Pleasure doing business with you guys. So,
Alright. Commence the rites. Though the now familiar surroundings of the Hulk of Ores made preparations faster than before, the stars are already aflame by the time you and the others are gathered. Here we go. Are you ready, Faye? Blessed by the 8 scribes who created this celestial contest through which exiles such as ourselves may demonstrate our capacity for faithfulness and strength. I feel like that was a prayer she just said. You wish them all good fortune in turn, little else is said, and together you watch the celestial harmony in calm and silence and await the withdrawn.
Listen well, you exiles of the Night Wings. The 8 scribes summon you to the Hulk of Ores. The adversaries you are to confront shall be the withdrawn. Extinguish now their pyre, and glory shall be yours. Now, prepare yourselves.
So these are the 2 pyres. That's their pyre, this is our pyre.
previous time, besmirched our flames ye did, a mockery. This time all for lack, no matter the result, and no matter the cost.
We can take them. Who's up for this one?
Who shall strive for freedom?
So, Udmilda has less than the adversary. She deals an additional 5. I think theirs started with -20 or something. Udmilda's Aura Blast arcs at a wide angle, banishing adversaries in a large area. At the start of the rite, the adversary's pyre automatically... Oh! Our pyre suffered 20 damage. Nice. Okay, that... Well, not nice, but... Piab. Wow. He is very high level. When flinging the orb in the adversary, deals bonus 4 damage. Oh, same thing. While Flutter Giuseppine, you'll moves much faster. Casting Implode, your returns much faster and much wider area. Okay. Let's bring Jodariel. So right now what I'm doing is I'm choosing my roster because you can only have 3 exiles at once. Which means that Pamitha won't participate with Jodariel. Let's bring Faye.
Faye,
And let's bring Sir Gilman? Yeah, because then everyone else that I didn't use will gain some inspiration.
Sir Gilman. It is done.
For the glory of the Nightwings! Hear us, Slack. Bring to us thy terrible power.
Alright.
Commence. All
What?
banished.
Oh, jeez. Whoop! Whoop!
The Nightwings make their
Did it. Oh. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Oh no!
No!
The orb flies true. Perhaps you are on.
Got him!
Whoa. What? I wanted to jump, but okay. Aha! Oh, jeez. Oh, whoops.
Somebody get the orb.
Got him.
Whoop! Jump! Wait, wait!
Okay, I got it. Oh, frick.
Plunged into their fire.
So it's one of the three you pick, the ones who gets freedom if you win. Not for this one. These are just sort of competition rights to determine, because there's like a ranking system. I'll show you after, where basically there's a win-loss, and at the once the liberation right opens up, whoever's like highest up fights us, because we're the Nightwings, and basically everyone fights for a spot to fight against us, and then the winner of that liberation right, their chosen, gets to go free.
Even now the ashes of our pyre mingle with his lifeblood. Prevail or no, ye shall not interfere with his return.
Woo! Whoa! Fricky goes fast.
Got it!
Exactly by the book.
I definitely. Oh, jeez. Ah, dang it. Ah, you're not getting that in there. Do-do-do-do-do-do. What? Yeah.
It is done. The Nightwings prevail. A perfectly agreeable performance overall. The right is ended.
Lack savors defeat. Thine, ours, he cares not, he shall see.
Or ye shall see.
There is much to learn from this experience. The Moon-Tusk
Yay!
girl has greater understanding than it seems.
The 8 scribes, they so inspire me, and now I feel that I have grown somehow closer to them. Maybe?
Okay. While sprinting, Faye slows nearby adversaries. Faye jumps to and power jumps further than usual. Yes, let's do that one.
Sir
Desperate
Gilman.
for honor, this
Huzzah! Great wisdom clouds over this knight's entire consciousness.
Alright. If Sir Gilman and all his allies are banished, he shall instantly return. After Sir Gilman banishes an adversary, one of his banished allies shall instantly return. I like this one. Always having someone up is very nice.
Sojourner. Until the stars align.
Back at the wagon after triumphing over triumphing. That sounds like a weird word. Over the withdrawn rather soundly, you are able to recover for a time, though you have another task this night. Time again to seek out where the rites shall take you next, by searching for the answer in the waning starlight. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. You gaze into the darkness of night. Seek now your destination. So basically what my character is called a reader. I can read the stars and the 8 scribes' books and figure out where the next rites shall commence. So if I open up, or if I press T, this is the planner. This shows what the other 8 teams are ranked at. So there's the Fate, they're the next highest rank, then Essence, Dissidence, Chastity, Withdrawn, Pyre Hearts, Accusers, and Tempers. So after each rite, all of these different triumvirates have fought against each other. Like I just fought the Withdrawn, and they were at 5 and 4, and I dropped them to 5 and 5. And so ours is the triumvirate against which all others are judged. So I have infinite favor, and the rest of the triumvirates all fight over favor. And once the next liberation rite happens, whoever has the highest favor then fights against us, the Nightwings, and we both teams choose a chosen one, and whichever team wins, that chosen one is then set free. So yeah, and then these are the heads of each of the triumvirates. So Volford Sandalwood is our head, and then all these other characters. But now I get to choose where else I want to go. So I could actually, I didn't even pay attention. So okay, so Dalbert Oldheart is the so the Fate are the next highest. Okay. Oh, I could fight the Fate and try to knock them down a peg, although I really like the Fate because when I went and fought them before, they gave me a talisman. Delbert Oldheart gave me a talisman because he was like, you guys are not so bad. Here's a talisman as a gift of our gratitude or something. I feel like this would have an interesting story going to fight Tamitha again because her blood sister is on my team. So we're going to do that. So, we're to have another brush with Tamitha. Perhaps she'll spare me yet another moment of her time. She's here because of me, and I am here for her. Tamitha then tells you more of your next adversary, her own blood sister. Tamitha Thane, a harp of the Highwing remnants, raised from birth to excel in outwitting and outmaneuvering her enemies. She seems driven by her hatred for the Commonwealth. After retreating to the mountains centuries ago, the Harps refused to join the Commonwealth, and those old tensions boiled over into raids or skirmishes or all-out war. Flight tacticians such as Tamitha gave the Highwing remnants a swift and powerful military presence to this day, despite the Harp's small numbers. She once hatched ambitious plans to overthrow the Commonwealth, breaching its defenses so her sisters could rain down untold destruction. On the darkest night of the year, she led a daring infiltration mission deep into her enemy's lands. It almost worked. However, she was betrayed by someone very close to her, someone branded a Commonwealth sympathizer, Tamitha. Tamitha was caught, clipped, and subsequently exiled as a prisoner of war, but being trapped within the downside only stoked her fury. I wound up in here not too long afterwards. Anyway, it's complicated. What happened between us? What I did for her own good, and that of all our sisters. Though I'm beginning to doubt that Tamitha will ever see it that way. We'll see, I suppose. But for now, I'd best try to catch what sleep I'm able. Pleasant dreams, then, darling. You bid a good night to Tamitha in turn. No time now to make flight preparations, though come morning the Black Wagon will press onward. Someone wants to talk. Ooh, Faye does. Faye seems to be in a happy mood, though she always seems to be around Jodariel, who is listening to her with patience. So, I would just look within the swallow caps each daybreak for the morning dew to drink, and once in a while I would find myself maybe a stream to drink from too. Though I'd get very thirsty sometimes too. I tried drinking tree sap once. It wasn't very good. Really, it was very bad, I guess. She seems to be discussing how exactly she managed to survive in the downside all alone for so long. Jodariel watches her intently all the while.
Food? Well, food was harder to find usually because, this is a bit embarrassing, but I tried never to harm a living thing, you know, because it makes me very sad. But sometimes it is the way of things. I understand. I do. And so I would eat as often as needed to, and tried a lot of different things to see if they were good. Most of them weren't, though. But I got by. I learned to get by. I already knew how, a little bit, because back home, where I came from, there I had to get by there, too. Here, well, it was harder, but it wasn't that much harder, really, in a way. Jodario remains silent for some time as Faye trails off. Then, she embraces Faye and holds her there gently. Faye lets out a breath, but says nothing either for a while. Faye, may I ask a question of you? Me? Oh, of course. What question is it? How old are you? Do you know? Oh, I'm 19 years old. That is how old I am, I think. Truly, then you have seen a lot. I'm not a lot of time. Know that you would have achieved. It is a feat. I have known seasoned soldiers who could not have lived through the experiences you have described. I love Faye and want to protect her. Yeah. Oh, really? Wow, thank you so much. You have seldom seen Faye look so joyful as this moment. As for Jodariel, you could count in one hand the number of times you've seen a smile play across her lips. You leave them to their conversation. Well, that is a very interesting relationship that is developing. Solar shell, a sparkly thing in its center, in fact, its heart, which it airs out first, from time to time. What is new in the Book of Rites? The scribe's deeds. I wish to be remembered not for the boastfulness, thus I refrain from detailing our exploits across the land, save to say they were numerous. Know that only through our combined strength of arms and wit did we withstand this savage land, such were the monstrous dangers that it posed. I came to see that all the terrors which I heard at bedside in my youth were based entirely in fact. So great they were, they blotted out the sky. Such was the evil that we vanquished, that the remnants of it shall yet shine under the stars. And in the end, it was the stars which guided us toward our truest calling. The Desraben was first of many river ships to vanish in the downside. Although presumptions of its loss were not inaccurate, the doomed ship and her valiant crew had charted half of the Sea of Solus ere the end of their brave voyage. The sea titan Unfathomed Plurnus was not fond of vessels sullying her sea, and split the doomed ship with a single swipe. The ship's own shattered prow would later end the sea titan's cruel reign, as the boastful Underking loves to recount. The stars themselves must have been moved by this. That point within the sea, now scarred, sacred, has the stars dancing in homage every now and again. The Withdrawn. The Withdrawn did spawn forth from the wild witch Milith, in which vigilant pursuit of the unknown and the unknowable I always felt a certain kinship. Whether the Withdrawn were Milith's kin by blood or merely worshippers, we trusted one another not to ask or care. What mattered was that Milith chose the most audacious minds who stopped at nothing short of the impossible. Though ever distant, the Withdrawn revealed to us such truths about the land which long lay hidden, even to one such as I. Their knowledge ever waking into newfound depths of consciousness, they led us all to better know ourselves. Interesting. Alright. Let us continue the journey. Alright, so we have the option. Are these the only options? Alright, so Headwind expressed an interest in exploring the pools along this route. Faye has a hunch that you might find something of value in this. Let's explore the pools. You touch down near the heart of Jomir Valley, where you first face the Fate and the Dissidents. You briefly wonder where they might be now and how they fare. You now have little time before having to set forth by land. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Faye. Ooh, let's upgrade Faye!
crest of the sky. Certainly, my reader, you need but indicate who is to be my subject for this round. Faye. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Faye. I must admit I do sense something from that one. I once had a wild heart myself, quite like her own. We shall see if there is more to her than that. Let us bring her forth. Soon Faye arrives in heed of the summons. The scribes. I think that if I listen carefully that I can hear them calling out to me. So-called savages, such as... The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, girl. The place where you reside at present has but a single rule, which is, you answer to me here. Wow, okay, I will. Such naive enthusiasm. Now be silent. It is plain to me that you have much to learn as yet about the rites, but you have learned something, and I would see you prove it without the benefit of anyone save for your reader. Okay. Are you out there to help me with this, mister? Yep. Whoa. Whee! Hehe. Doo-doo-doo. So what these trials are they're basically challenges, and if I complete them, I gain legendary artifacts that only the person that completed the challenge can use. Ah, I got an achievement, the Faithful Drifter. Okay, how did I do? How did I do? I must admit that you did better than I had expected, girl. You have passed this trial of yours. Some congratulations are in order, to you and also to your lovely reader. Now farewell. Sandra's Favor. I got another achievement. What are both of these achievements? Sandra's Favor. Complete 5 scribe trials in the Beyonder Crystal. Oh, cool. Did I imagine all that, mister? Because I hope I didn't. Wow, what is that you have there? Calmir's Anklet. After Faye casts her aura, it can bounce off objects and solid surfaces. Ooh. Fun. Dromere Valley. The downside prairie first appears serene. It is not. The soil there accommodates only the region's brutish native vines and overbrush. The most likely food sources prove poisonous. Thus, we journeyed further north. We journeyed further north, you know! The climate there grew fouler to my senses, though the cur, Jomier, found it amenable. This sprawling valley, pocked with long evaporated lakes, gives evidence to the monstrosities which roamed this land. We found the region's western edge to be more pleasant on the whole. Therein we found sources of fresh water, whereas over to the east we found the edge of the land's most hideous decay. The north! We gotta go to the north, eh? Alright, Explore the Glue Hive. You end up spending part of the day with Hedwyn, exploring the area surrounding your wagon. You learn this area used to be a swimming hole many years ago. With this seed, I sure could go for a swim myself. Too bad about the waters. Your lasting memory of the place is standing by the shore, imagining the feel of the water. As you head back in silence, you consider which of your vocations to pursue. We gon' level up somebody. Do we mentor Edwin? Nope. Dariel, how close are we? Ooh, very, very close, but no. Someone that's... Okay, next. Nope, that won't help. Ah! We could upgrade Sir Gilman to level 3, or... Pamitha or Gilman. Gilman would give me... he moves faster. Once per round when saluting his adversary, Sir Gilman freezes all exiles for 3 seconds. After using... You know what? Yeah, let's mentor Prometha. Fine, then let us chat together for a spell. You and Prometha review what observations you've made thus far about the various triumvirates you've confronted on your journey. She has keen insight about some of them. Da-da-da! Private lesson. All in all, having to unlearn everything I've learned so is going somewhat faster than expected. Sweet! Everything and everybody has its weaknesses. If I've come to learn anything at all in life, it's that. Sweet. Alright. Someone wants to chat. Ooh, it's Hedwyn. Haven't spoken to you in a while. You find Hedwyn rather lost in thought about something. He looks over as you approach. Oh, hey, my friend. Alright, so what's it gonna be? He points in the direction of his cooking tin strewn over in the corner of the wagon. One of life's small comforts around here is we get to eat. Not a day goes by that I'm not grateful for it, but there's only so much to choose from, whether here in Jormir Valley or anywhere around, I guess. Anyway, I was just having trouble trying to decide what to cook. Just had fire caps again last night, and those never seem to sit well with everyone anyway. There's no more glopgill, not that anyone but Tizo ever liked that stuff, and I feel like we've been having gutter crabs for every day for months, so I'm not too excited about that. This is where you come in, and no consulting books or stars or anything, just you and me, here and now. What am I making? You decide, because I can't. I know there's a lot of serious stuff to think about these days, but so help me, no one's struggling to regain their freedom on an empty stomach. Hedwyn wishes to know your meal preference. Ask for fillet of slug, ask for the silt porridge, ask for gutter crabs again, or ask for whatever he wants. Nope, we're not picking that one. I feel like gutter crabs is very funny. A notorious dish that Hedwyn has perfected to the upper limits of its capacity to not be terrible. An acquired taste acquired mostly through a prolonged and desperate stay within the downside. Silt porridge doesn't sound too good. But I feel like this inoffensive option has the added benefit of putting some lucky gutter crabs out of their misery. Delectable meal options for the downside. Let's do silt porridge, because that's the first thing that was like that one. You ask that Hedwyn prepare another batch of his silt porridge for the group. He eyes you warily as you request this, searching you for any trace of irony. Alright, my friend. Never took you for the silt porridge type, but so be it. I guess even after all this time, we still have much to learn about each other. Now, lend me a hand here with this stuff, would you? As you assist Hedwyn with preparing the silt porridge, the two of you get to talking about the past. The reality of cooking in the downside has a way of making him nostalgic. Life on the blood border wasn't that much easier than trying to get by down here. The high-wing remnants could swoop in at any time. The northern edge of the Commonwealth is a flat and vulnerable expanse. Interesting. They were so good at picking the worst possible occasions for us. The time they showed up and I was nowhere to be found, I must have told you about that. On the contrary, he has seldom revealed much about his past to you. Well, either way, I don't think I ever told you much about Fikani. Someone for whom Hedwyn cares deeply. They were separated in the Commonwealth. So that's who he's interested in. Right, I totally forgot about that. I was riding to relay an order when she caught me out in the open. She could have had me, but we just stood there, you know? I'd never seen anything like her. And her voice, she says to me, you ought to be more careful with your life. And I just say, I'm not the type to say such things, but it's all I could think of looking at her then, so I just tell her it was worth the risk. Anyway, she spared my life, of course, and that when we saw riders heading toward us, I looked at her, she took hold of me, and we just took off. I didn't want to leave her, and I didn't, for a while. He trails off for a while. Soon after I came back, I went off in search of her again. This time, though, the risk I took, a lot of people paid for it. The Harps attacked when no one was there to raise the alarm. A few days later, Hedwyn the deserter was sentenced to exile. And now he's about to cook some silt porridge. Thanks for your help, my friend. I can take it from here. See you shortly. He heads out into the afternoon. You sense he feels more at ease after having spoken with you. Hedwyn gained +2 hope for the next ride. Yes! I should explain that as well. So, each character has 4 stats. Glory, Presence, Quickness, and Hope. Glory affects how much damage each of my exiles deal to the enemies of Pyre. Presence affects how big their aura size is, and the aura is basically if any of the opponents enter into one of my allies' auras, they get banished for a certain time. Quickness affects just how fast they move, and Hope affects how long their banishment lasts. So if Hedwyn gets banished, he respawns in 6 seconds. But because of that high morale, which he just gained, he respawns quicker. Someone like Jodariel has a 10-second respawn, but that's because she has insanely high glory and presence. I've increased her hope with the Faith Stone because having Jodariel spawned is really, really nice. Yeah, there it goes. Continue your journey. En route to the Spring of Jormir, the wagon comes to a sudden halt. That does it. I am leaving. The cause of Jodariel's outburst soon becomes apparent. Well, Rita, darling, at least some of us know how to take a joke, wouldn't you say? Look, she was reminiscing once again about her soldier days, and I just happened to point out, I may have suggested the fiery destruction of the Spiral Sanctum happen on her former unit's watch. The burned-down remains of an old capital of the Commonwealth. I mean, didn't it? Not that she would have made much of a difference had she been there herself. She ought to thank the saint that she was spared by her exile there. Oof. Pamitha's stirring shit. I thought she held no love for your Commonwealth. I shall never understand what it is your people ever saw in that dreadful place, but I guess I hit a sore spot. I should probably apologize. She swoops off. There is no sign of either one of them. You organize a small search. It proves fruitless, but then Jodariel returns, alone, as if nothing happened. She is back to her calm self. Let us continue. I regret the interruption. Pamitha soon comes back as well. Oh, don't you worry, darling. I have definitely patched things up between us. Honest. At least, I think perhaps I didn't make things worse. She returns to her business in the wagon. You make ready to resume your travels, but make a note to follow up with them. I was expecting that to be just like both of those characters you can't use in the right. Oh, it's the slug market.
Oh, hey guys. Look, I got something here I think you maybe would like.
He shows you several bottles of multicolored liquids of some sort. Sun Serum, for the next right, grants 4 hope. Star Serum grants 4 quickness, or 4 presence.
Yeah, they taste pretty good, I guess, and besides, they can give you just a little lift you need. Know what I mean? You get thirsty for them, don't even worry, I can get some more.
Well, oh, there's no upgrades? Darn it. Well, I'll take that Sun Serum. And I'll use that on Jodariel. Ooh, wait a sec, that costs 30? Yeah, let's do it. We'll do it. We'll take it. Good dice. And we're gonna bring... Do we bring Jodariel? Who are we planning on bringing? Gilman? Yeah, let's bring Gilman, Jodariel, and... Faye? Yeah, Gilman, Jodariel, and Faye. So we'll put this there. Yes. Perfect. There we go.
Oh, you guys really are my favorite customers, you know.
Old Falcon Ron. You find Pamitha in the midst of a heated conversation. All I'm saying is we're limited not only by our chances individually, but all your friends' chances as well. Jodariel seems to be considering whatever it is that Pamitha proposed. Rita, the Harpier, is suggesting that perhaps it would be best if I were to form an alliance with the ones whom I fought for the better part of my life. Just with me, Jodariel, I cannot vouch for anybody else.
How utterly absurd. If we were in the Commonwealth, I would have not stayed my hand against her. That I can say for certain. However, as Hedwyn would say, what happened back there, perhaps none of that matters anymore, and what matters more is what we do from here. That is to say, I am willing to give it a shot. You mean you would be willing to conduct the rites with me? Yes. Excellent. I knew that you would come around. Thought she'd never come around, but I ought to give her the benefit of the doubt here. I'm grateful for your open-mindedness. No need to let old enmities between our ancestors ruin things between us, or the others in our little party, for that matter, after all. Do not push it with me, Harp. We shall see if the reader here is thus inclined to pair us in the coming rites. I am willing to defer to him. Anyway, you see, I think I managed to make amends there. Doubtless we'll get on swimmingly in no time.
Pamitha and Jodariel are now willing to conduct the rites together. Yes! Not that I was planning on using both of them in this rite. But I might, we'll see. The Book of Rites. The Freedom Pact. We rid the land of an impending doom, but faced another of its kind, for we knew that we were trapped. Yet for each danger we faced, for every failed ambush by Ark, we met with gentle souls and kindred spirits in the downside, who deserved more than to fade from memory within this land. It was then that the stars themselves showed us the way, delineating a great voyage across the sea. Near broken we became, but then, at last, a moonlit vision, that of the rites. The rites, thus shall they say of us. The 8 scribes gave their freedom, so that we may yet have ours. Oh, more. Ah, right, the Spring of Jormir. I oftentimes think the carapace of the Hive Titan Bielanthius shall be an everlasting blemish on an almost splendid bit of land, but Jormir, in his brashness, felled the monster with a certain flair. Then the moon shone through the ridges of the massive carapace and shined upon the pooling ichor, turned it into freshness, the freshest nectar ever to be tasted. The spring shall flow eternally, and those who walk within it shall experience the resplendent glory of the land. The stars began to fall there in the spring with regularity, and we know now how soon again that they shall do so, and we wish for you to see it for yourself. Perfect. Alright, now we commence the rites. The afternoon is just beginning to give way to nightfall as you and your companions finish making preparations for the coming rite. Through all the ceremony, you realize Pamitha is nowhere to be found. The last anybody saw her was shortly after the Black Wagon came to rest here at the Spring of Jormir. She returns just as you were beginning to plan a search for her. Sorry to have worried you there, Rito, darling. Just getting a little antsy is all. Had to go and spread my wings a bit and shake away the nerves. She is holding something back. Don't you get in my head. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, damn it. Damn you, Rito. Get out! Get out! Get out! Anyhow, it looks as if the show is about to start. I shall be in the field with the others. As Pamitha departs, you see she is right, as the stars above begin to shine. You know she is about to face her sister, Tamitha, once again. You accept that it is a very private matter between them. This game has much more story than the past 2 games. What the? I haven't seen those. Something else catches your notice in the sky this time. Strange new stars shimmering about the ones you recognize. The greater titans have returned. Some of them merely in spirit, not in form. But those dark stars are a portentous sign. Though they may light your way, beware the path which they illuminate, reader. Henceforth you may invite the influence of the Titan stars. Ooh.
Behold the Titan stars.
To rank up faster, interact to activate this Titan Star's effect. At the start of your rite, your pyre shall automatically suffer... okay, so there's a negative, but there's a positive. Your adversaries each shall have +8 hope, making them return sooner after banishment. Okay. So these are all, like... You can gain... It's like in the other games where... Who was the Lone Minstrel? He was... like a messenger guy, but he also was in the Black Wagon from the beginning of the game, and he was like the sort of connection between the leader of the Nightwings. Because in the beginning of this game, the Black Wagon, there was just Hedwyn, Jodariel, and Rookie, and they picked me up, the reader, and their sort of mission was to find this Sandalwood guy, and the Lone Minstrel was the sort of connection. The Lone Minstrel is also part of a group that looks over it's a something gate, which allows only the Nightwings and those of the highest favor through to the final rites, or I forget what the word is. I think I'm gonna call upon the Indriga the Widow, because I mean, I start with 100, it would go down to 70, and I'd maybe take 1 point of damage every time. So I'm gonna call upon this one.
The Widow.
Yep. Because then I can level up faster. That's always nice. You don't trust Pamitha. I'm very much on the fence with her. I'll sooner trust Jodariel than I'll trust Pamitha.
Dare you to stand against them in their fury? Dark is the knowledge that you seek there, reader. Best focus on your adversaries, keen as they are to confront you once again. Put out their fire first, and show them the glory of the Nightwings. Now then, make ready for the right!
The winged exiles of the Essence take position opposite to your own companions, and their leader soon asserts herself. Pamitha, come forth. No trickery this time. She appears as asked, though remains silent as her blood sister studies her for a time. Pamitha then reaches for her mask. You look weary to me, sister. Oh, too little sleep, I guess. I do get rather anxious sometimes on the night before one of these things. It can be a lot of pressure. Understandable. The two of them say nothing for a time. You cannot discern what they are thinking. The high-winged remnants all seem to be very mentally acute, trained as they are from birth. Soon enough, Pamitha cuts through the tension, her tone light as ever. So, given further thought to my proposal, then? I have. And I think that now is not the time for talk. Besides, your comrades there surely you give them pause. Even now they must be questioning your loyalty. What? But I? Oh, cut it with the stammering, Pamitha. It is very unbecoming, you know that. And you be sure to tell those comrades of yours what you propose to me. She dons her mask once more. As she rejoined the other exiles of the Essence, Pamitha hesitates before returning to your group. I told her she could take my place, that I would keep her up to date about our progress, and that she could take my place if ever it was time for me to go. But you don't have to worry. For one thing, she refused, and for another, well, I'd better tell you later. For now, remember, you can count on me.
Now we shall get started.
Okay. We're bringing Faye.
Faye,
That's for sure. We're bringing Jodariel. And wait, okay, Hedwyn's there. Tizo is right there. Oh, do I bring Pamitha, because that just might be fun. And because I can now with Jodariel. Nah. Ooh, but I feel like there's story behind this. I gotta do it. I don't want to miss out on a story bit.
it is done.
You still put your faith in me then, reader, darling? Even knowing I could slip free of your influence if I ever so choose? Then I shall have to do my part as well. Face us, wastrels of the Commonwealth. The pain and loss of your defeat this night shall reverberate not only in your hollow hearts, but in the homeland that abandoned you. Are you quite sure it has to be this way then, sister? There is no compromise here, Pamitha, not for traitors to my country or my blood. I understand, then so be it. Alright.
begin.
Woo!
Path to glory laid bare.
And yep. Joe Daryl. Oh.
A swift recovery.
Whoop. Oh, jump! Oh gosh! Yes! Haha!
Dariel
Jotaro moves so slow. You seem so distracted, Pamitha. Is there something more you wish to say to me? Words you feel that I am owed, perhaps? Pamitha stops at this and reaches for her mask. I'm sorry for what I did to you, sister. For what you did to me, your apology wings as hollow as your plumage. You might rehearse it further upon every last survivor of the High-Wing remnants. Now, no more talk.
such hatred spewing constantly from Tabitha.
Oh, 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 oh.
She is
Woo!
spectacularly done.
Nailed it. Whoop. Oh, 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 oh. Whoop. Nailed it.
Deliverance.
Whee!
End the ceremony.
Go, Faye, go! W! Whoa! Did it!
And it is done.
More than 100. Do they have the talisman thing? Probably. I didn't look at their talisman, so they probably had one that started with 25 more.
Adversaries. Thus end this night's proceedings.
You win, blood sister. You win. I don't suppose that means you'll reconsider. You know that I cannot. You were always obstinate. Yeah. Yes. But in that regard, and all others which count for anything, you are inferior to me. Remember that. What you offered is meaningless to me. I shall free myself without your help, or that of anyone. Now then, farewell. Wait, what of your comrades, the Essence? You must need them at least. Mincing my words as ever, Pamitha. Know that I do love you in a way. Is that what you wish to hear? But my purpose is plain, and you stand in its way. You are a fool to think my freedom is my goal. My freedom is a means towards an end, like the likes of which you will never would abide. Do you think that you could sway me from my purpose, Pamitha? Pamitha remains silent for some time. No, I think that you will struggle to destroy the Commonwealth no matter what it takes, no matter if in doing so you are destroyed instead. Just so. So then you understand me after all. Pamitha does not turn to watch her blood sister depart.
The rites do tend to teach something of trust.
Only plus 3%? Oh, you know, I probably could get, I probably could activate multiple ones and increase that percentage by more.
Until the stars align.
So, how was that for you, Jody, darling? I suppose the outcome was acceptable. I'll take that as a compliment. And reader, thank you for your guidance as ever. The Nightwings were formed together by the 8 scribes to serve as the triumvirate against which all others would be judged. Back at the wagon after thwarting the Essence in a decisive victory, you're about to join the others discussing the outcome when Volford finds you. Good work back there, my boy. Though I am afraid I must pull you away from any revelry, for there is something you should see. Please join me outside. Ooh, let me guess. Look forth. The golden star reveals itself to us once more. Indeed, somewhere deep in the infinite dark, a single star shines brighter than the rest. The path to freedom reveals itself again. Yes! The something rights. Why can't I think of it? Liberation rights. Why was I thinking it was an F? So it looks like I'll be up against the Fate. Ooh. So now this star has revealed, and the one among you shall be free.
freedom! The rites are calling you again to the fall of Solium, where one among you may go free should you prevail. It is as we discussed. The cycle of the rites is beginning to turn more quickly. Perhaps the scribes themselves have taken notice. Fortunately, having more frequent opportunities to free ourselves is not unwelcome to our plan. I suppose it's good for everyone, including the Fate, who will oppose us next. Getting to Mount Alodiel ought to be a little easier than before, at least. We should be able to make landing near some of the old monuments to the scribes. Let's set forth at dawn. Soon everyone is off to rest, as best as they are able, knowing that another chance at liberty for one of them shall soon present itself. Pamitha. Despite Pamitha's mental conditioning, you can tell something is troubling her. She won't listen to a word I say, not one damn word. If she weren't my blood sister, I should think I'd hate her guts as much as she hates mine. She shakes her head. I should apologize to you and everyone. I sought out Tamitha without asking your leave. Figured I would rather seek forgiveness than permission, you understand. My attempts with Tamitha didn't amount to much, as you well saw. So at this point, I'm hopeful you'll be more accepting of apologies than she. Though, tell me something, Rita darling. Do you suppose I'm going to betray you? You may know better than I do at this point. Pamitha wishes to know where you think her loyalties lie. I feel like after that, before that altercation, I would have said that she has reservations, or I have reservations. But I feel like after that altercation, she now completely understands that her sister will not accept her apology or anything. So I feel like now she is loyal to us completely. So yes. You expressed to Pamitha that you do not view her efforts to make peace with Tamitha as being contradictory to the group's larger goals. You understand why she did what she did. Exactly. She says nothing for a while. That's kind of you to say, darling. May the others see it with such generosity. But if they don't, you need but tell me to depart, and I'll be on my way. However, I have a promise that I wish to make to you. You let me stay, and I'll see this through with all of you, no matter where we all end up. I'll be on the roof for a bit, I think. You take care too, darling. Despite Pamitha's disappointment with the outcome of her confrontation with her blood sister, you sense she is less troubled now, after your brief conversation. Sweet. The Greater Titans. The stars shine strange beneath the sea. This one dared rise from the waters so that he could see them plain, the burning essence of those who came before. Our lives are but a quest to join the stars. This one longed to be the brightest, but in the downside, this one met those whose own stars shall doubtless burn at least as hot. Together we achieved great deeds. You may have seen some evidence of it, the remains of the Greater Titans which once darkened this dark land. But in our kinship was the strength to conquer them. It is this one's humble charge to chronicle those deeds, and may the Titan stars never stain the sky during your time. This one. The Essence. The winged members of the Essence, each chosen by the matriarch Triesta Tethys, are living exemplars of liberty and piety. Would that my wings could be thus. Once you of course must know, we all had wings. It is said the people of the Empire relinquished theirs, drawn by earthly matters as they were, but the harps, such as Triesta, held tight the liberty their plumage could afford. These divergent paths did cause a share of differences between the winged and the wingless over time, but here in this land our purposes are shared, our goals united. That, then, is the Essence. That is who they are, and what and why. There's one more thing here. Endriga the Widow. The boundless sea of Solus and a blackened star are all what remains of the blood titan Endriga. After this one's exile, he was joined by many of his bravest worm knights who awakened the blood titan inadvertently while searching the downside's murky depths. Endriga was most displeased to see her hibernation end, and vowed to 4 ages of torment on us and on our sea dominion. Our assault was grander than can be described, and lasted days and days and days. The noblest of worm knights fell upon her massive form as waves which dashed themselves against the rocks. Our resolve eventually exceeded hers, and she collapsed into the sea and disappeared. This one alone remained to tell of it. And that's the Titan I have chosen to seek. Yes, this book, so it's the Book of Rites, and it's the basically, I believe... So the first page is the first exile, and it's in the words of Gul Galathian, who was a Master General for this dude. The second is about living in exile. The third is about the Forsaken Lands. The fourth are the Celestial Landmarks. Fifth are the Greater Titans. The seventh is about the 9 Triumvirates. And the 8th is about the Commonwealth. I don't know what the 6th one is. We haven't gotten to that one yet. Wait, is there a... What is that one? Oh, and then this is just sort of explaining... The first page is sort of explaining what the rights are about. What is this? Interesting. Oh. All the way. Here we go. So the Lone Minstrel is part of the Scribe's Gate. And where can I land? Ah, here we go. So the Emperor's Ascent, you sense Headwind shall gain favor from the scribes if you land here. You sense Prometheus shall gain favor from the scribes if you land here. I kind of want to send Jodariel to freedom. But maybe Pamitha would be a better choice. I don't know, I just like the story of Jodariel, Headwind, and Faye right now. Maybe we'll do Pamitha, just to... Because I think Pamitha's level 3. She should be. You make landing on the sacred Mount Elediel. Upon whose summit the next liberation rite shall soon take place. You wonder who among you may regain his or her freedom this time. Boltwood finds you after the post-flight inspection. We shall have to take the rest of the trip to Fall of Solium by land. May we soon liberate another of our own there. That should raise the chances that our plan shall ultimately succeed. The Outer Crystal seeks Pamitha. We shall give her the upgrade. You have returned. How can I help you, if at all? Sacred Trial. And who exactly do you have in mind? Pamitha. Wait, I didn't even look if she had the frickin'... Dang it. Oh, you mean that feisty harp? She may yet be taught some manners, I should think. I shall attempt to bring her down to size. Let us bring her forth. Soon Pamitha arrives in heat of the summons. You called for me, Rita, darling. Ah, it's that crystal. Then let's hash it out. I'm ready. So his plan is basically, he wants to free enough of us and get us to his sort of contacts in the Commonwealth to free, to basically overthrow the Commonwealth to prevent any more people being banished to the downside, and to create a new society where banishment doesn't happen, where people can live truly free and not have to worry about being banished and having to go through these rites to get back. Like, for example, I as a reader and Volfred, the guy that I've been talking to, neither of us can truly become free because we don't participate in these rites. It's only the people that we control that participates in these rites that actually go free. So he wishes to prevent any more of that sort of thing happening. And his plan is basically, one by one, free people from the Nightwings, have them meet up in the Commonwealth, and then eventually overthrow the Commonwealth. Listen well, Harp. You answer to me here. Ooh, a bossy one. Sure then, go on and tell me more. Such a delightful student for a change. Come then, let us see what you can do. Left you to your own devices, save your reader's vigilance, of course. Let's show her what she wants to see then, reader darling. Oh, how interesting. Oh no! 2, 1. Yeah, I didn't think so. Wait, what? You hit me? No way. Ooh, that was close. Whoop. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. Mine. Her orb always does 20 damage. But, for example, Faye, I have a talisman on her that increases the damage she does by 8. And, Jodariel does 30 base damage because she's much bigger, harder to get across the map. There, now is everybody happy? Oh, happy as can be, my doubtless pretty harp. So good of you to ask. On top of that, your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. You have my congratulations, both to you and to your lovely reader. Now, be gone from here before I have any second thoughts. The Nest of Trieste is a fiery celestial landmark whose burning fissures can banish any exile that falls into them. My, that Sandra sure could use a massage or something. So angry, isn't she? Say, what's that you have there, darling? Trieste's plume. While flying, after dousing the adversary's pyre, Prometha may instantly return and deals 3 damage. That's really good. Yes, I want that, and I'm going to put that with her. Items. Perfect. Ah, so she is level 3. So, when I conduct this liberation rite, the only people that I can free are people who have reached level 3. So, basically, all of my characters except for Sir Gilman, I can choose to free. Later that day, you accompany Prometha into the solemn beauty of Emperor's Fall, where a monument to Gol Galathian awaits you. Perhaps due to the nature of this place, you begin to sense Prometha's inner thoughts as clear as if she were speaking aloud. Talking to the dead again, Prometha. Fine, why not? Ought to keep your mind off things. Just don't go getting your hopes up. Your life back there, it wouldn't be any better anyway. Soon you and she are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Gol Galathian has shown you favor. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent. For now, the solitude here is fit for your pursuing your vocations. Prometha gain +2 hope. And I can pursue a vocation, which I will, and I will do it for Sir Gilman.
This knight shall be your eager protege.
You and Sir Gilman go over what you know of the celestial landmarks you have been to, and how their properties impact the Nightwings on the rights. You can tell he knows many of them well by now.
Da-da-da! So grateful is this knight for such a glorious occasion that he has given strong consideration to performing here and now the forbidden dance of the Sea Dominion.
Alright. While Sir Gilman's allies are banished, he moves faster than usual and temporarily has infinite stamina. Once per round when saluting his adversary, Sir Gilman... okay. I feel like that might be pretty good.
Ah, the gloried vistas of the downside, though they be a laughing-stock next to the splendors of the Commonwealth, of course.
No, that's fine. Questions are great. More chats, Prometha. Prometha is staring out the window as you approach. I miss flying, Rita darling. Take it from me, it feels as good as you'd expect. It's not enough for those Commonwealth brutes to cast us down here. If they can get their fingers on us, they make sure we never fly again as once we did. All while calling it an act of mercy. Let me ask you something, You've learned a thing or two. What have your studies taught you of my kind? You have learned of the harps. You know the violence they have caused. You know that they have suffered. You know you share a common ancestor. You know little of her kind. I know we share a common ancestor. You understand that long ago there was only one tribe. They flew together and conquered the known world, but some of their descendants were born different. These wingless ones had little choice but to tend the land with their hands of flesh. Over time, the wingless were disavowed, abandoned. It was said that they were born under dark stars. In time, they formed the Empire. The Empire of Sahir dominated the known world for millennia till the doomed reign of Suliam Mur, and they fought back. Not all the winged and wingless were at odds. The famous harps such as Saint Triesta Tithys proved kinship could be possible. Nonetheless, old hatreds are not easily assuaged. This is fairly accurate to our account of things. So in a matter, you yourself are brother to me. My kind certainly aren't known for their good sense of humor, I can tell you that. My little tongue got me into no small amount of difficulty till I learned to keep it well under control. The mountains I come from, the views there certainly are something, but there's a bleakness to it too, being surrounded only by those consumed by the desire to avenge. We're very proud like that. Everybody vying to be the strongest, to kill the most of you. That way we might just get a shot with the prince. Your understanding is that the males of the harp are all gone, though perhaps one remains. Continue the line, if he even exists. Imagine that being the best case scenario, darling. She shakes her head. Anyway, I was just thinking I'd rather enjoy the traveling we've done. The change of scenery does me some good. Perhaps I'll stick to wandering after all this. In fact, I have a fancy for some wandering right now, if you'll excuse me. She heads out of the wagon into the solemn beauty of Mount Elodale. Alright. Continue on your journey. Oh. Jodariel can gain some papal Ortizo. Oh boy. Gotta stretch. Jodariel. Because I'm gonna use Jodariel on the right anyway. I wanna get Jodariel to max level 5 and see what happens with that. On the way to the summit, you pass a monument to Luce Glorian, and Jodariel happens to take notice. You scribes, I do not believe that you can hear me. Perhaps all this is but a joke to you. If so, then do not tamper with the feelings of my comrades. I shall not forgive you if you do. She says little after paying her respects. However, as you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Luce Glorian has shown you favor. Jodariel gained +2 presence. Ooh, nice. That is great. You and your companions gather once more at the Scribe's Gate, where a single narrow trail leads upward toward the summit past an archway carved of stone. Come this way, please. The minstrel leads you toward the archway, where his counterpart awaits. The exiles of the Night Wings have returned. They have. Greetings, Celeste. She all but ignores him and motions to the rest of you. Now then, each of you in turn, please state your name and what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Please, just do as she says. Everyone steps forth one after another, much like before. Tizo passes through the gate, Faye passes through the gate, Jodariel passes through the gate, Hedwyn passes through the gate, Sir Gilman passes through the gate, Pamitha passes through the gate, Wolford passes through the gate. No one is left to go but you. You step forth and declare yourself as you did before. The Guardian of Scribe's Gate regards you with a still expression. Then she addresses all of you in her formal manner. The 8 scribes did the Nightwings big welcome. Go forth with glory. The lone minstrel glances up at the Gate Guardian. You have our gratitude, Celeste. But she pays him no heed. Wow, rude. Again, you gain the top of Mount Elodale, from which the downside sprawls before you. You wonder whether one among you shall soon follow Ruki from this place. Of course the slug market's here.
Oh, hey guys. You know, It's gets real awful cold up here sometimes, waiting for customers. So come on in, okay? And good luck on that big battle thing you got. That's where you're going, isn't it? I heard it's gonna be exciting from my friends.
Ah! Stardust! Need. After Bear banishes an adversary by aura casting, an aura burst may occur, 20% chance. Alright, who we gonna upgrade? I feel like the Faith Stone is probably a good thing to upgrade. Let's do that. Wait. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna sell this. We're gonna sell that. We're gonna sell that. Wait, what was that one? That was phase. Bounce off solid objects. Nah, I like having Fae deal more damage. There we go.
Must be a lucky day here. Or I don't know what, Dad.
Nothing here. Alright, commence the liberation rite. They do know how to make the money. The time has come for your second liberation rite to commence. You observe the lone minstrel and Volfred speaking in hushed tones, but cannot sense the topic or the tone. Then Volfred looks up at you. I trust that you are feeling as prepared as possible, my boy. Each rite is consequential to our journey in its own respect, though these liberation rites have a more immediate effect. It's somewhat crass, however. I've gone and estimated by how much each of our companions may contribute to the outcome of our plan, should they be liberated here. Factors such as their previous occupation, innate tendencies to lead, and oratory skill contributed to my assessment. It's nothing personal, for we are all in this together. Besides, we all ought to return in time if possible. Know simply that for each one of us who goes, in so doing, he or she shall raise our total chances of success. Reader, sir, this night you shall confront the fate. They have already appointed Dalbert to be liberated should they manage to prevail. He's an honorable old cur, bent on upholding the sacred traditions of the rite with his son. We all have faith in you, my boy, and lo, even the stars agree on this account. So wait. Volfred has determined, like, who the best one is? We're all in this together. At the start of the rite, your adversary's power shall automatically gain plus 30%. Total bonus if you prevail, plus 3% enlightenment. So can I turn this one on as well? Ah, I can. Which means I gotta hit their pyre more. Nah, I'm good. Exiles whom you liberate return to the Commonwealth in glory. They can no longer aid you in the rites.
The Nightwings have returned unto the fall of Solium, at which the scribes first formed their sacred union. At stake this night is freedom and prosperity. But only for one exile who prevails in this liberation rite. Your many adversaries all did strive to earn this opportunity. 'Twas the fate which earned it. Who shall be absolved is up to all of you.
The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur, the pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the fate, come forth now and declare yourself and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. The bent old cur, Dalbert, steps forward and struggles for a moment with his mask.
Greetings, good heralds. I am called Dalbert Oldheart. It is the greatest honor of my years to stand upon this sacred site upon which the 8 scribes first anointed these glorious proceedings. Nightwings, we are honored to be in your presence once more. Father, they are our adversaries, not our hosts. We need not be so gentle with them. They shall do their utmost to keep you from your freedom.
Dalbert, your son speaks out of turn. Control him.
My sincerest apologies for his unnecessary outburst. Alma, please. We have worked toward this opportunity, and we must make the most of it.
He puts his mask back on.
My son and I stand ready to begin.
Yes, they have to fight in the liberation, right. Oh, one moment. Alright. Now then, have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct the liberation rite? Reader, I am bound to tell you once more, the first companion whom you choose shall go free this very night, if you prevail. Only the enlightened may be thus anointed, not all among you may yet be ready. The other two chosen from the triumvirates shall lend their aid. Nightwings, make your decision. So now, I pick...
You set free.
Yes, I will pick... Oh, unworthy. None of them are worthy? Oh, what? I didn't know that. So I have to pick one of them. Well. Oh, this seems like a hard decision. Jodariel was my choice if I couldn't choose Prometheus. I think I'm going to go with Jodariel. Should regain her freedom if you Yep. I'm gonna go with Jodariel.
Jodariel,
If that is your wish.
who shall be at her side?
Gilman?
Sir Gilman,
By this knight's honor, he shall fight with all his might.
And... Tizo? Tizo or Edwin? Well, Tizo couldn't, so let's use Tizo. Let's try to level these guys up. Tizo seems very determined to support Jodariel.
We give thanks to have this opportunity to face you, O Nightwings. Now let us strive to our fullest capability with honor and with grace. Save your strength for the right, Father, and for the voyage home. Let this be our final battle against them.
Oh, jeez.
Aha! Got it.
Oh, jeez, that was quick. Doot 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 doot. So quick. Yeah, I think so. Whoop! One of Jodariel's abilities is when she lands after a jump, it just knocks everyone back.
Hear us now, O noble Jormir, for we beseech you. Surely we cannot prevail without your aid. If ever you have heard my prayers, I beg of you, please smile upon us now.
Whether from his prayer to the scribes or simply from Dalbert's resolve, something comes over your fellow exiles here. If they are banished now, they shall not soon return. Well, that's rude.
Doot doot wee hoo.
The little watcher. Oh, well, that's awkward. Ooh, that was close.
Haha! Got him.
Yeah, that is a really long respawn time. Oh, jump! Oh, I did it. Dang it. Bonk.
Whee!
And there it is. At last. The Night Wings proved their worth. An outcome which left little room for doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen the exile appointed by the Night Wings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her
Yeah, really
adversary
so.
and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Alas, my son, once more it seems that I have failed you. Father, wait! What good is freedom to us anyway if we are to be apart? After all this time...
She turns her gaze toward the rest of you.
I never thought this day would come. I have all of you to thank for this, for doing this for me. The life that I recall back in the Commonwealth was at times difficult, and I am much older now. I know not what I shall find on my return. However, I know this, if that place still is like the Commonwealth I left so long ago, then I shall strive to make it better, for as long as I retain my strength and breath. You see her smile faintly as she disappears into the shimmer pool, though you still can hear her voice, though faintly now. Farewell then, Rita, all of you, for now. Jodariel earned back her freedom. May she return in glory.
Godspeed.
Yes!
Captain Jodariel.
Captain
The
Jodariel.
eight scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
Yeah, Tizo. Yeah, Gilman.
Beneath the gain inspiration. Perfect.
Until the turning of the stars.
Father, wait! Calm yourself, my son. The liberation rite has ended. But no! How can you be so calm even now after what happened? Did you strive this night with all of your heart, Elmer? Yes, but it was not enough! It was not enough! No, my son, it was enough. It was more than enough. Father!
Exiles not chosen for the right gain inspiration. They shall gain enlightenment as at a faster rate when they do. You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the fate in the liberation rite.
Such the glorious night this has turned out to be!
Tizo is pleased that Jodariel is finally free. You succeeded in liberating Jodariel, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. We did what we could. With each liberation rite, we strive to advance our plan. A brighter future awaits at the end of our path. For now, we must persevere. Speaking of which, Rita, I take it you have seen the stars, or I should say, the lack thereof. You have, or did. Once more, the sky is all abyssal darkness. Following the liberation rite, no stars illuminate themselves to guide you further on your path. Then let us go once more to Moonlight Alcove. I've an errand I must run. Besides, once we arrive, best we recover now and make our way southward at first light.
Somebody wants to talk?
Hedwyn. Oh boy, is this going to be about Jodariel getting freed and him sad? You find Hedwyn on his own after Jodariel's liberation. You sense straight away what is on his mind. The two of them were close through much of his life. Yep. He looks up at you, but his familiar smile is nowhere to be found.
I'm sorry! I knew this would happen!
I'm sorry, my friend. I should be in a much, much better mood right now. It's just... I can't believe she's gone. Then he shakes his head. Listen to me. I'm talking like she's... He falls silent again. You can tell he needs some time to himself right now and turn to leave. Wait, hold on. Don't leave me here just yet. First of all, my friend, thank you. I don't like to think of it as quite these terms, but out of all of us, I really hoped she'd manage to get out of here. She's been here the longest, not to mention I'd probably be dead 10 times over now if it were not for her. What's more, maybe other than Volford himself, I have a feeling she's really going to make an impact on this plan of ours back on the other side. Just the same, though, I am going to miss her. You and Hedwyn share some memories of Jodariel for a time, though it grows clear that he needs some time alone. Thanks again, my friend. I hope that one day all of us can meet again. Jody, she'd be happy on that day, I bet.
I know! But if it was like, if I said him, Jodariel was gonna be sad. And if I said Faye, we wouldn't have Faye! And I feel like she needs... I feel like I'd send Faye next, because then she'd meet back up with Jodariel, and I feel like they had a connection there.
It is very late now. You part ways after bidding each other good evening.
What's in the Book of Rites?
The Fall of Solium. From the top of Mount Allodale, the downside may be seen in its entirety, or at least felt, since so much of the land is shrouded, but that is hardly all.
I couldn't choose any other one. It had to be one of those three. That's the problem. I wanted to send Pamitha through, but I couldn't.
Through a wondrous miracle, there lies upon the highest mountain an inverted fall, those whose waters crash not toward the sea, but rush toward the heavens. We speculate these are the very waters which delivered us, but now bend backwards, seeking their return, as do we all. In this phenomenon can freedom be achieved, but only for the chosen. When the time is right, this is a path to freedom we cannot traverse, but shall leave open for you so that you may strive for it. The Fate. The Fate united under many Mane the Alpha Chief. He is brash, but follows his traditions. He prizes faith, discipline, and honor, qualities he seems to lack at first. He formed the Fate under the precepts of olden bylaws by his four-legged ancestors. They believed in a certain natural order in the way of things. Many Mane wanted the Fate to likewise show respect. Initially, he only chose from other... Oh, lovely. Initially, he only chose from other curs. He, however, urged the Fate to replenish their numbers from any race or ethnic group thus willing. Thus shall they anticipate what is to come, with open eyes and minds, and never frown upon what is in store for them. On Mercy. Mercy is the beating heart of a truly free society. Mercy, even for the perpetrators of the darkest deeds. As our liege Solium Mur drifted in an ocean of regret, he found their mercy, or rather, it found him, and it saved his life. Mercy, freedom, they are intertwined. A society which raises a clenched fist against its own shall follow the doomed path of the Empire Sahir. Ours shall be a merciful society. May the perpetrators of the darkest deeds be sent to join us here, where they may learn as we have. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. We shall stand shoulder to shoulder, equals in the same society. Oh boy. Okay, I have to do some chores for a few minutes. I gotta go clean the kitchen, so I'm going to pause. I'm not gonna pause the stream. I'll end the stream, but I will be back promptly as soon as possible to continue on with this playthrough. I feel like we're making... I feel now that, yes, but my last playthrough ended and we were halfway through. So we're going to continue this and try to free more of our friends. So, I wouldn't even leave the game. I'll just leave it right here. And I will be back as soon as possible.